I wanted to take a minute or two of your time and talk a little bit more about the cultural analysis essay in more detail and explain a little bit about what it is and what I'm hoping everyone will get out of this assignment. So right now I am in the week 4 reading folder, the cultural analysis essay prompt. You're going to see the same prompt included in every week through week 7. So we're going to spend roughly 3.5 weeks preparing this essay and putting it together. As you see, the word count, we're in the range of 1,000 to 1,500 words. So this is going to be a bigger paper than the first one that you did for the quarter. And basically, I'm asking you to pick a group that you feel like you are a part of and that you feel like is a strong identifier for who you are as your personal identity. And write about that group. Tell others that are outside the group what it's like to be part of this group. So I'm using the term culture here, but it's a very loose definition of the term culture, and it may be better to think about it as subculture. So culture can be a really formal group, something that you were born into or that you can't really change about yourself, like your ethnicity. Or it can be something that you do choose and something that you identify yourself with other people who share this personal interest. So like a sport you play or a hobby you have. Any of those is appropriate. And in fact, you may want to think about layering a couple of those together. For instance, I'm a woman. I'm also an English teacher. But if you combine both of those two together, how does the world see a female English teacher compared to a male English teacher? You might start seeing some value in layering a couple of those things to help further define you. So we're going to start in week 4 by getting some ideas, just throwing ideas around. You're not going to be committing to anything quite yet, but just seeing what some of the possibilities are for what you can write about for this essay. It may help to know I'm going to ask you to do 4 things in the final essay, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in this order. We're going to talk more about other ways to put it together, but content-wise, I'm going to look for something, a history of the group or a history of how you became a part of the group. So it could be a formal history or an informal history. A sense of personal involvement, what it means to you in your daily life that you are a part of this group. How does it shape your activities? How does it shape your beliefs? Some of the stereotypes and misconceptions that run, inside the group and outside of it. If people see you on the street, what are they going to assume about you? And how is that right or wrong? How can you challenge those stereotypes? What would you like us to know that may not necessarily be true? And finally, a sense of outreach, meaning now that you've gotten us interested in this group, where can we go to find out more? And the more specific you can be here, the better you'll be. So, if you can give us a particular restaurant to go try or a festival to attend with dates and everything like that, that's going to do a lot more for us rather than tell us to Google search English teaching, which isn't going to be very valuable for your reader. So again, specifics will help a lot here. We're going to do some research for this essay, a minimum of 2 outside sources. You're going to have a pretty broad range of what these sources can be. It's anything that you feel like is appropriate. I would encourage you to think about personal interviews because you're probably going to know people that know a lot about this group and, test their knowledge and use it. You may also want to interview people about stereotypes and misconceptions they may have of the group. We're going to do a little bit more with MLA this time around. Again, more works cited page. This time I'm going to require in-text citation as well, and we'll practice all of this before it's due. So I look forward to seeing ideas that you have for this. If you're not sure about anything and want to talk it out further, I would love to talk to you. So just send me an email or visit my instant messenger and we'll talk it out. Thanks.